Starting a business from zero is one of the most challenging yet rewarding journeys a person can take. It requires vision, courage, determination, and the ability to take lessons from failures along the way. Many people dream of being their own boss, of creating something meaningful, and of turning their passions into a source of livelihood. But very few actually take that leap because they are either overwhelmed by fear or confused about where to begin. Today's story is about a young man named David, who had nothing but a dream in his heart and the willingness to learn. Guided by his mentor, Mr. Simon, he discovered 5 crucial steps that became the foundation of his success. This story not only teaches valuable life and business lessons but also serves as an engaging way to practice English while exploring the secrets behind entrepreneurship. David grew up in a small coastal town where most people depended on fishing and tourism for their livelihood. His father was a fisherman, and his mother ran a little food stall on the beach. Though their life was simple, David always dreamed of something bigger. He wanted to create a business that not only supported his family but also inspired others in his community. However, he had no money, no experience, and no clear idea of how to start. He often wondered, how do people build successful businesses from nothing? Is it only luck, or is there a formula? One summer, David met Mr. Simon, a well-known entrepreneur in town who had successfully built a seaside restaurant from scratch. Simon was respected not only for his business but also for the way he supported local fishermen and gave jobs to young people. David admired him and decided to approach him one evening. With nervousness in his voice, he said, "Mr. Simon, I want to start my own business one day, but I don't know where to begin. Can you guide me?" Simon smiled warmly and invited him to sit down. "David," he said, "starting a business is like sailing a boat. You cannot control the wind, but you can adjust your sails. There are 5 crucial steps you must understand. If you follow them with discipline, you can start from zero and still succeed." The first step Simon explained was clarity of vision. He told David that before thinking about money, partners, or marketing, an entrepreneur must have a clear vision. If you don't know where you want to go, how will you ever get there? Simon asked. He explained that vision is not just about making money, it's about creating value, solving a problem, and offering something people truly need. David realized that his love for food and his mother's stall could be the foundation of his business idea. He envisioned creating a small cafe near the beach where tourists could enjoy fresh seafood and traditional dishes. This vision excited him, and for the first time, he felt his dream becoming more concrete. The second step was research and planning. Simon told David that passion alone is not enough. One must study the market, understand the demand, and learn about competitors. "Before I opened my restaurant," Simon said, "I spent weeks walking along the beach, watching what tourists liked, what they disliked, and what other restaurants were missing." He advised David to do the same: talk to tourists, observe eating habits, and find out what people were willing to pay for. David took this advice seriously. Over the next few weeks, he interviewed tourists, took notes, and even tasted dishes from different stalls. He discovered that while many places sold food, very few offered a clean, comfortable space with a welcoming atmosphere. That became his unique idea, creating not just a food stall but an inviting cafe. The third step Simon emphasized was starting small and managing resources wisely. Many young entrepreneurs, he explained, make the mistake of waiting until they have a lot of money to begin. "Start with what you have," Simon said. "Even a little seed can grow into a big tree if you nurture it daily." David realized he could not open a big cafe right away, but he could begin by improving his mother's stall. He cleaned it, painted it, and created a small menu of 3 dishes using his mother's recipes. He added a few simple decorations and made sure every plate of food was presented with care. Though it was small, the stall now looked more professional and attracted more customers. The fourth step was building relationships and networking. Simon explained that no business can thrive in isolation. Your customers, your suppliers, your employees, all of them are part of your success, he said. David took this advice to heart. He began talking more with the fishermen, building trust with them, and ensuring he got the freshest catch for his stall. He also greeted every customer with a smile and remembered their names. Slowly, word spread about the young man who not only served delicious food but also treated people with kindness. Tourists began recommending his stall to others, and even locals became regular visitors. Finally, the fifth step was consistency and learning from failure. Simon told David that setbacks are inevitable in business. Sometimes customers complain, sometimes sales go down, and sometimes mistakes happen. But true entrepreneurs see failure as a lesson, not as a defeat. Consistency is what separates dreamers from achievers, Simon said. David soon experienced this himself. On some days, heavy rain meant no tourists came, and his stall remained empty. At first, he felt discouraged, but then he remembered Simon's words. Instead of giving up, he used those slow days to improve his cooking skills, experiment with new dishes, and plan better strategies for the busy season. Over time, his stall became known as one of the best food spots on the beach. Months later, David returned to Simon with gratitude. His small stall had grown in popularity, and he had saved enough money to begin expanding into a proper cafe. "Simon," he said, "your 5 steps changed my life. I learned that success is not about waiting for the perfect moment but about taking the first step, no matter how small." Simon smiled proudly. Remember, David, every great business in the world started with a simple idea and the courage to act. The secret is not in resources but in resourcefulness. David's journey is an inspiring reminder that anyone can start a business from zero if they follow the right principles. Clarity of vision gives direction, research and planning create a foundation, starting small teaches discipline, relationships build strength, and consistency ensures growth. These 5 steps are not just for entrepreneurs, they can be applied to any goal in life. Whether you dream of starting a business, learning a new skill, or improving yourself, the same principles hold true. In the end, David's cafe by the seaside became a symbol of hope for his town. Young people who once thought success was out of reach now saw that with the right mindset, anything was possible. Tourists came not only for the food but also for the story of a boy who built something from nothing. And David, who once doubted himself, became an inspiration to many, proving that the path to success begins with a single step. This story of David and Simon is more than just a tale about business, it's a lesson in perseverance, courage, and the power of guidance. If you are someone who dreams of starting something new, remember these 5 crucial steps. You don't need to have everything figured out, you just need to begin. Success doesn't come overnight, but with vision, planning, small beginnings, strong relationships, and consistency, it will surely come.